Well, let's get into it. Lisa, welcome.
What's up?
Welcome. So what do you got to drink tonight?
A little Chardonnay.
A little Chardonnay.
Of wine.
A little wine.
So I'm not really good on the whole white stuff. Where's Chardonnay fall between sweet and dry as hell?
Well, I like drier. You can have a sweet Chardonnay, but
really?
I'm more dry. Dry end.
I think that comes with age. Do you think so?
I'm the oldest one here, so.
Is that true?
Oh, it's true.
It is true.
Is it for sure though?
I don't know. When's your birthday?
I'm not telling, but I'm oldest.
I mean, we can
We
look
don't
it
know
up.
that for sure.
We can. I mean,
Yeah, we don't know it for
easily
sure.
look it up. I just saw her U4 today. I'm pretty sure we could look it up. So it's debatable. He's 38.
No. 36.
Yeah, I'm older.
Dude forgot his birthday.
It doesn't
last
matter.
week.
It's all good.
I forgot my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Or my girlfriend did. Thank you.
Yeah. She did. She's like 27th. Yeah. Well,
Not the 27th.
it's not 27th. So little white wine. So is white wine your go-to? Or what would you say your cocktail choice is? Is it like Ryan's when he said tequila?
Well, cocktail, I like specialty drinks. So margarita, Mai Tai, beach drinks. But white wine is my standard go-to if those aren't available.
Yeah. And yours is red, right?
Yeah.
Is it dry or sweet?
It's dry.
It's dry. It's dry. Well, that's good.
Cheers.
Yeah.
It's a grown man drink.
It's a grown man drink.
I'm a grown man.
Sophisticated. Sophisticated.
Also get you more drunk quicker. Some more alcohol content.
I don't know if that's
There's
actually
more alcohol content in wine than there's in beer.
Oh, I thought you were talking between white and
Okay.
red.
Oh no.
I was
those
like,
they're comparable.
I was like,
these two.
come on
I think
now.
white's 11, red's 14.
Depends.
I haven't looked at the numbers
Yeah.
recently.
It's not as potent as bourbon though.
I can't drink
No.
it. It hurts my throat.
All that matters is I enjoy it. It's nice.
Bingo.
Exactly. So Lisa came
In
to
a
us
day.
newer to the firm.
Like a day, I
Like
feel
a
like.
day. I think pretty
Like
sure
a
the
day.
U4 is filed. Got the email today.
Okay.
So, tell us a little about where you're from. And we'll start there.
Yeah, I'm
Your
from here.
childhood,
I'm
that
from
is.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Des
So,
Moines.
Iowa. What?
Iowa.
Love Iowa. Where are you from, James?
Danbury, Connecticut. Born and raised.
Love it. Love the East Coast. Yeah, I grew up here. Went to college in Minnesota. Have lived a couple
Where at?
different places.
We're at Minnesota.
St. Joseph, Minnesota. Small
Oh.
town.
Is it?
Hour northwest of Minneapolis.
That's what I was about to ask. Is it? Did
College
it get
of
cold
St.
there
Benedict. St.
fast?
John's University. Yeah, pretty much you're wearing winter coats in September. Not really.
So what took you up there?
Sports
Sports, huh?
and school. You know, both.
Well,
The both.
You started with sports, so I think we're all athletes here. We went athletics, and then school fell in there.
Yeah, I was a Division III athlete. So I played soccer 4 years, golf 1 year, basketball 1 year.
She has a stick, though. Glad she's on the team now. Golf.
She has a stick.
She is a stick.
Oh, like good at golf?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know. I only saw her take one shot, and it was the best drive.
It was the best
So
drive.
clearly, it really was.
And I had to go.
And then I had to go. So growing up in Des Moines, how was it growing up in Des Moines? I'm from Omaha, bigger city. It's like twice the size of Des Moines, but I relatively think they're the same in terms of things you can do. But how was growing up?
I loved it. I mean, I think Des Moines changed a lot. Iowa's changed a lot. But I went to Roosevelt, had a lot of really great friends, was an athlete, got involved in a lot of activities, family, friends. I loved it. I came back. I'm here.
You clearly
For
came
some reason, I
back.
came back.
Why'd you?
Why did I come
It's
back?
warmer. It's more south. I don't have anything really besides that. In growing up in Des Moines and going to Roosevelt, what did you think you wanted to become? Besides a pro athlete, because of course.
Well, I had pro athlete. I had dancer.
Wow. I didn't see that.
I never went that route at all. just a dream.
I didn't bend that
Just
way.
a dream. And then psychology. So I was really interested in psychology, people, how people think, emotions, all of that. So I went on and got a degree in psychology and a master's in psychology. So potentially that I would go on and become a psychologist. I didn't get there.
I mean, now you are.
Well, I'm using it a lot.
Oh yeah. I mean, we talked about on Ryan's it's money mindset. Like money psychology is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. And I just think even with couples, individuals, mindset in general, It comes up a lot.
I mean, all the time, right?
All the time.
It kind of came up when you were trying to accept this position, didn't it?
It did come up.
Yeah.
I have money mindset issues.
Right.
Let's just throw it out there.
Yeah.
Do you have money mindset issues? You good?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I need more wine.
We all
Okay,
do.
that guy.
He's
We all
like,
do.
I'm out of here. What
I'm out. You said money.
I
I'm
said
out.
money mindset. No, I think mindset in general is, it's a really interesting concept, and whether it's your life, your career, money, anything, it can get in the way. It can be helpful. All of that.
So you're coming into this career. They call them second career. I don't know what they call them. Late
Career
bloomers,
changer.
career changers, or whatever.
All the fun terms.
All the fun terms that insurance companies throw at you. Where were you before? What'd you do? And then why the initial transition to principal?
Yeah, so I spent the majority of my career in athletics. So I played semi-pro soccer, went on to coach.
Wait, what? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Where at?
long time ago. Kansas City.
Oh.
Yeah, after college. So I wanted to be a goalkeeper there was a professional league that just started. I submitted a video. I played Division III. They were like, no Division III athlete's going to make
Right.
the pros,
Because that's,
right?
you
I got on the draft list, but I didn't get drafted. So I decided to play sort of next level down, W League in Kansas City. So I played that. And then really loved coaching, psychology. So got into college coaching, and then went on and got my master's in psychology, and then got into athletics. So I was out in New York for a long time doing athletic administration in a variety of ways.
New York.
New York.
New York.
Hello, my New York friends.
So,
My NYC friends.
hey, NYC friends.
And my Troy friends.
Look at all that. Look at all the shout outs.
Shout out.
How was living in New York?
It's amazing. So my wife and I, we lived out there together. She was in grad school at Columbia. We lived in New York City. So we lived in the Bronx.
Ooh, in the Bronx,
Kind of a
too.
swanky Bronx.
Okay.
Riverdale.
Well,
So
knowing you
it's
two,
like,
it's going to be swanky.
it's going to be swanky. I worked on the Upper East Side at a sports facility, Asphalt Green, and she was at Columbia, and we loved it. We loved every weekend going to a different neighborhood, walking around, finding drinks, finding food, whatever.
Because she's
It
an
was-
East Coaster.
She's
Shout out
so
Abby.
she's a New Englander. So New England and New York
Yeah.
are not equal.
However, they are on the East Coast.
They
to
are
us.
on the East Coast, but they're very different. I learned really quickly. New York is not part of New England.
Noted.
Noted. So yeah, we have a lot of great friends out there. I think it's great to visit. Super expensive, money mindset back there. But we had a lot of fun and loved it. And then moved up north, so almost upstate, Troy, New York, which is near Albany. I was an athletic director at an all-girls boarding school.
Awesome.
Emma Willard. So
Wow.
yeah, sports has been
He's
the
back.
majority of my career. Welcome back, man.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I mean, I'll let
welcome
James in
back.
on some of the fun, right?
I
Yeah.
started asking him questions and he ran.
Yeah, he did. We talked about money, money mindset, and he went, I got to get a new drink.
I gotta go. I gotta
I'm
go.
out. And he probably messed with your headphones.
Yeah. Big
So
head.
New York to upstate, met Abby, wife, and then what brought you back?
Yeah, so I had an opportunity to, again, work in sports here in Iowa, in Des Moines, and part of Iowa Soccer Association. It's a governing body. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to get home. My family's here. I had just strong passion to come back and wanted to do that and make an impact here. So we moved back here and got working there. And then I was diagnosed with a really rare neurological condition called Chiari, which I'd never heard of. Totally rare, totally random. Just popped up. Women in their 30s pop up with symptoms.
Did you WebMD it?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, WebMD it.
I have not WebMD'd this, but
So everyone's
What
symptoms
is
are
it?
different. So basically your skull is either too small for your brain or your brain is too big for your skull.
so you're
Oh,
super
so you're big
smart.
brain.
So super smart.
You're a big
yeah,
brain.
that's
Super
what I
smart.
get.
Yeah.
You're super smart.
Yeah, that's what I tell everybody. I'm super smart. So causing lots of pressure in my brain. And it was causing me symptoms like right side symptoms. So horrible pain. I couldn't move, couldn't turn my head, lost movement. When I got really bad, I lost ability to talk, like find the right word. So
Yeah.
starting to have sort of neurological word symptoms, which is kind of crazy. So at that point, I was like, okay, I've got to do something. So
Yeah.
I can't live like this. I was living in a chair because I couldn't lay flat. It was crazy. So
And
scoured.
for everyone, sleeping in a chair is one of the worst things ever.
It's one of
I had to
those
do it for my
things.
shoulders. It's not
It's
fun.
not fun.
It's not
Like
fun at all.
a couple days.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
Yes.
okay.
I'm supposed to have nose surgery, and my cousin's like, yeah, I had to sleep in a chair, like rocking chair. You have to sleep upright so it drains. I'm like, yeah,
No,
I'm
I'll
probably not gonna
pass.
do
Yeah.
that.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. I don't recommend it.
No.
I don't
No,
recommend
that
it.
anybody.
just sounds bad.
Yeah. So I had to have brain surgery. Basically, they take out the back of your skull and give you some more room, and I got a titanium plate back there, and I'm good.
Wow. So
Wow.
we're,
Not
you
only
and
she
I
has
are
big brain.
bionic.
You both are bionic.
Yeah, we're both bionic, so we have something in common.
I have
Exactly.
clips and stuff. I think they dissolved though. on my shoulder.
So with titanium, though, this is going to be a stupid question because I'm pretty
I don't
sure
go
mine's
off in an
titanium.
airport.
No, neither do I.
Yeah, but they show up on X-ray. Have you looked at it? So that big body one that
Oh,
spins,
yeah.
which we don't. I don't. Do we have that at Iowa?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They don't do it all the time.
They don't do it all the time. It usually doesn't work, I feel like. But if you look back, you can see it. Because I have clips in when they did my Achilles, they took some of my hamstring, and it always flares. And I'm like, and they always pat me down. They're like, what's in your left hand? Nothing, a clip. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something. But if you look back, I bet you guys could see it. It's cool.
Yeah.
So bionic,
So
Yeah,
Bionic
exactly.
team,
Good to
the
be-
Bionic team.
really smart and bionic.
Basically, iRobot is coming to life. And we are.
We are
have it.
iRobot.
We have
We
it.
are iRobot.
Yeah.
So you're back here.
Yeah, back here, had surgery, recovered. I left my career, left work. So, thinking about like life changes, kind of the why in life.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go back to being a sports admin person. So it was a lot of kind of deep reflection and what's next and what am I going to do?
With that, like what was, I kind of alluded to this, and we'll kind of mingle stories a little bit. Like it took me to a different place of that. What if, that unknown? Did you have an idea or direction where you wanted to go after that happened? Once you left that career?
Not fully. I mean, I was taking some classes at Drake and
Shout out Drake University.
Drake
DU.
University,
Go Bulldogs, baby.
grad
Let's
school.
go.
Yeah,
Your
my brother went
offense
to
is
Drake
not
too, undergrad. So
offense right now is not playing well.
Bulldogs.
We won't talk about it.
Yeah, so I wasn't quite sure. I think same with you. Like I have a lot of skills. I have the coaching passion. I have the teaching education passion. Like where can I do that? How can I best serve people? That's kind of where I've been trying to figure out where I best fit in my career in these next steps. So one of my professors at Drake when I was there, she has her own HR consulting business,
Who's
HR
the
Hotline
professor?
Associates, Julie Casper.
Oh,
So we just had a connection. She actually went to the same college I went to, and she took me under her wing and mentored me in HR. So I did a lot of recruiting for her, which has been awesome. And then I was thinking more, what's next for me? I wanted to maybe build something, be a part of a team. How could I use all of those skills? So I kept searching and networking. Somebody at principal asked me if I'd be interested in being an advisor, and I went through the whole process, and there I am.
And we all had that same training and beginning of our careers,
There I am.
which we'll probably reflect back to a few times.
At least a few.
Just a couple. So
Just a couple.
we won't speak too much about the principal career path. Don't want to talk bad about other companies as much as we can. However, the insurance industry, I believe, is archaic in itself right now and is transitioning and is going to have to transition very hard to the RA standpoint or even a wirehouse standpoint, which we'll talk about later on this podcast. But so we're in principal for a year. Now you're like, I got to find something that reaches past that. So talk us through kind of that mindset when it started to officially being yesterday, October, or whatever day it was.
Jumping on board
And
here.
jumping on board.
Yeah, I think, I wanted a place I could be myself. I didn't fully feel the same. There was a lot of bars, guidelines to kind of fall into. I didn't feel like I could use my voice, which now I'm getting to use my voice.
Literally.
Literally. So that was important for me just personally. And I like to be creative. I like to write. I like to speak. I like to do those things. And I wasn't able to do that. And I think for me, learning wise, I wanted to be part of a team and part of a a founder that has a CFP. That was important for me when I was looking. And I think it was, somewhat of a leap of faith. It's like, I don't know the industry a ton. I'm newer to the industry. I'm a career changer. So it's where am I going to have the best fit? And we've had some great conversations about females in finance, and I really value your vision. So here I am.
And here we are.
First female.
Yeah,
females
first female.
First
females in
woman.
finance. We can shout out Cheryl a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
Cheryl
shout out
Hickerson,
Cheryl.
females in finance. We're going to hashtag at you a lot. She'll
all the
actually, fun
time.
fact, she'll be here in November. So we'll have her
Oh.
as a guest in November.
for
That'd
sure.
be amazing.
And she's going to bake us cookies.
What kind of cookies?
Chocolate chips her go-to, I believe. So,
Really?
but I guess whatever we request, we'll have her make while she's here. So that'll be a good time.
Yeah.
That'll be good times.
That'd be amazing.
So when you say creativity, and I'm not doing a comparison thing, what are some things that, like, aside from writing and stuff like that, that you've wanted to do for a client that you haven't been able to do or had access to those resources?
Well, I think in the full planning perspective, that's important for me. So budgeting, looking at what they can invest in, different opportunities rather than what I was looking at on my chart of this is what they can go into. Being able to really look at their situation and then take care of them, like actually do some of the things, take it off of their plate and actually do some of the things for them, which I think is important in this industry. And they maybe don't have the time or they don't know how to do it, and being able to be that advocate for them and go out and negotiate on their behalf or do other things, I think is really important. And I think having different ways to look at wealth is also important. Like there's one way you could look at it. There's multiple ways. And I think creativity is going to really come into play with that.
So for like an example of what she's talking about is, I'll use one of our clients right now. She has a van that she wants to get, and she says, "Hey, can you recommend a lender?" Yeah, I can. But actually what we're going to do is give us that PA. We're going to go to lenders and get your best deal and get it all the way to the point where all you have to do is sign and we're good to go. Right. And that is the biggest difference from our previous careers to what we do now is we would just send them somewhere. Maybe.
Right, yeah.
And if it sees through, it sees through. Now we're saying, no, we're going to go find the best thing that fits this entire plan. We're going to get it all the way to the paperwork sign point, because your relationships with us, you don't need to deal with the lenders. That's our job. Yeah. There's a lot of paperwork that goes back and forth. There's a lot of headaches. All we want to do is take that off them and say, it's done. Go buy the van or whatever it is.
And that's like you said, it's a relationship thing. We have a relationship with a client and we use our relationship with that lender. They don't know that person per se. So allowing us to use that relationship and get them that best deal. And I think you made a good point on the creativity, Lisa, and kind of to allude to that is using the same numbers that you might have seen anywhere else, but being able to open the box and think. And I think we've all seen that
Differently.
like seen the emoji where like the cloud is coming out of the brain. Like that's what it is now, right? That's what I got to experience, and now you're experiencing it as well, being a little bit newer. Is like it's a lot to bring in, but now everything's open, and it's mind blowing right now.
Yeah, and I think that's the most difficult thing we do in problems that we have of getting more clients is the fact that we do this, and it kind of blows their brain to say, oh, it's kind of too good to be true. You don't do all that, right? And I'm not saying that clients say that, but if you would come to me and say, hey, I'm going to take care of everything for you. Like you're good. I got you, right? That's kind of overwhelming in itself, because in almost no one's life has anyone ever said that about their finances, right? We don't get taught it in school at all. A lot of our parents don't have the knowledge, and the ones that are luckily to, they have the knowledge, but they probably only give them a little bit, right? We have a couple clients that just now got told that they've had all this money sitting in accounts. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Just now got told all this. Right. So like you've got that side of it, and now we're saying, we've got you. Every question you need, we're going to handle it, and we're going to get the situation or the solution dealt with. That's a lot. It's a lot to unpack.
It's a lot. And it could be a huge weight off their shoulders too, if they look at it that way.
So being new and hearing kind of all these different ways to unpack everything and hearing this mind-blowing experience and saying, okay, maybe this too good to be true type deal, being new and kind of, in a sense, Stoy did this with me, showed me it from the client perspective. Hey, I'm going to walk you through this first meeting or this client process. Seeing that firsthand, how did that kind of change your vision maybe of the industry or what you thought about the industry coming over from that insurance world?
Yeah, well, I have the benefit of the doubt of not knowing and not being in here a lot, so I don't have a lot of like habits to break. But I think overall, being able to look at it from a different perspective and educate clients and even myself on opportunities, challenges, whatever's coming their way, made it really fun for me and exciting for me again, rather than a prescribed this step. And I think we can take them along the process and they feel empowered to be part of the plan as well. And I think that's for me is really important, coming from that coach, advisor, guide perspective, that they're empowered as well to make these choices. They feel educated, they feel good about it, and they can really enjoy life and what they do, and then be prepared for whatever's coming in the future, unexpected, expected.
Absolutely. No, that makes a ton of sense. And I love that you keep alluding to the coach portion of it, because that's
my
just
natural,
that's my natural thing too.
Zone here.
That's all it really is. I mean, having a psychology background and being a coach, I mean, that's what we do.
Exactly.
I mean, the stories that we get told and we help them through. Yeah. I mean, we might as well have a psychology degree. I've got enough hours in it. I think I can go get it, and I think that's vitally important. What do you believe in our industry that we lack the most in, that we are going to attack, or that you want to attack?
I think a couple things coming from the psychology side: empathy, emotional intelligence relating to people. So just having them feel welcomed, and no matter where they are in their journey of wealth, beginning, middle, end, or there's, old, young, all of those things.
That's a good one though. That you, we've both brought it up now, is that empowering, letting them be themselves, empathy, not putting them in this bubble or bullying them, basically making them feel bad about their finances. And that's what a lot of the industry does, is even sitting across the table, we can read people, right? Whether we think we're doing it or not, subconsciously, we're always reading somebody. So if I show this big negative number when it comes to net worth or something like that, or I show a ton of debt when I'm sitting across the table sometimes in this industry, you get that reaction of, or that sigh of, okay, well, maybe this isn't going to be as much money as what I thought, or whatever it might be. So I think, like you said, that empathy thing is huge.
Yeah, and the two other things for me are making complex simple. So I think there's a lot of complexity, language, even how we talk with people. So I think that's going to be important. And then, I'm a woman. I'm the woman at the table. And being able to speak with women and, have a real conversation about money and making sure they're being taken care of. I was working with somebody this past year, and she was telling me a story of an advisor who happened to be a man, no big deal, but only would talk to her husband. But the solution was about her, didn't acknowledge her. So I think, making sure we're bringing everyone into the fold and having that conversation, they feel like part of the process, is really critical for me.
I think that's a great point, and I was literally just thinking that as you were just about to say it, is not only are you a woman, but you're also a lesbian, right?
Yes, great.
And have 2 kids.
I have 2 baby girls.
2 baby girls. Look
Maggie
at that.
and Mary.
Where's your second one? Oh, you haven't had your first yet. You'll get there. In all of that, how in your experience, not only as an advisor, but you were a consumer at one point prior to this, what are some weaknesses in our industry that you see from that point of view? And what are things that you are wanting or think we can change the most in that point of view?
Well, on the LGBTQ side, I think, there's potentially a lot of extra expenses that come down the line. Family planning, we talk about that, 2 kids. So you have to think about a lot of different things when you're planning. I'm not sure every advisor is prepared for that. Being a woman, not being part of the industry, I understand money, I understand what's happening, but the education part is really critical for me. And I found when I'm working with clients, they really value, especially women clients, they value the education part, and not just to be told what's happening. So I think that's going to be really critical as well, working with women moving forward.
And when you mean like education not being told, like they want to know, but they also don't want to do, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like, I just want to know what's going on, but I don't actually want to do it.
Yeah, no, I want to educate, whether it's a real estate investment or ETF or what kind of an investment it is, or maybe it's an insurance policy or their whole plan. They want to understand what's happening, They want to see all the pictures and the pieces. They don't necessarily want to do it because they have a lot on their plate. I mean, I'm thinking of myself, 2 kids under 2 right now. My wife is also working. Like, we're super busy. We'd like to give some stuff off our plate so we can just have a glass of wine at night.
Right.
Chardonnay.
Yeah, there we go.
Shout out Chardonnay.
Shout out Chardonnay.
Shout out Chardonnay. Have a
Send
glass
us
of
bottles.
wine and just, relax a little bit and not be worried. The stress of money, of the planning can really take you down. And I think alleviating that will be really key.
Yeah, and in our industry, obviously it's male driven, white male driven. We all know that. In America, however, money is flipped to the females because females live a lot longer, obviously. Yeah. But I think in that mindset is exactly why our industry is shaping into being advice and being education driven. We'll do everything on the back end, but like just that focus, because one, females are taking over the wealth, if you will, if you want to talk about it with a money situation. But also men rely on their wives to take care of all the stuff, right? So when you offload to a man and he just wants to do it, he'll either do it or shove it off, right? Well, now all the females are getting, and the women are getting, they're going, well, I don't know. I have too much other on my plate. Why would I want this? Yeah. And so in our industry, like it's very important that we get to the point of getting them educated and getting everyone involved, because when that starts to switch, a lot of these firms out here are going to be in a lot of trouble, because they're not prepared to have those conversations, whether that is with women, LGBTQ, Black, it doesn't matter. They're not ready for that because they've never done it.
Yes.
So I think on a point,
Yes.
when you talked about the industry being archaic a little bit, and again, me in the future going to be fitting into that mold of being an old white guy in this industry, kind of how you said with the female that you were talking to, where it was only talking to her husband, different stuff like that. Is it safe to say, and when I ask this question, like, is it safe to say that your passion now, or one of the things that you want to do is break that mold, make everybody feel included in the process, and not somebody just sitting on the sidelines and taking notes, and make everybody part of that financial decision? Is that safe to say that you just want to break that mold and kind of hit the ground running with it?
Yeah, I mean, let's do it. I think some of the things too, like the diversity in the industry, which, I mean, we can all talk a lot about that. But having diverse voices in the room, having diverse people in the room, different ways to think. And then if you are working with a couple, making sure everyone wants a trusted partner, trusted advisor, right? Doesn't matter, man, woman, whoever. So they're looking for someone to trust, and you need to build that relationship over time, and you need to take the time to do it. Yeah. So I think no matter who you are, where you are, and whatever you're doing, if you take that time, that's going to matter, and it's going to be important in the future.
So be in that team, just like you said, you want to work with a team. So be in that team with your clients and those couples, and working on our team as well. And with us, bringing those clients into a team atmosphere.
Yeah. I mean, I think about, so my surgery, I called a care team. So I had the surgeon, there was like a nurse practitioner that also specialized in medicine and all this stuff. They also had a food person. So it was like this whole team taking care of me, getting me through this time. And it was a period of time where they then leave at the end. I mean, hopefully we stay with families, clients for a long time. But it was important to have all those pieces in play and everybody working towards those same goals.
Did you have a PT as well?
Maybe. That's a whole other story.
Shout out.
My wife is a PT.
Shout out to the PTs and the TTAs out there, the OTAs and all of them. Select Medical. Hashtag at give us money. Let's wrap this up with the same question that we did for Ryan is talk to prospective clients out there of why they should work with us and how you want to change the industry to develop around them and bring clients to us.
Well, one day in, but what I can tell you guys,
one day in,
what I can tell everybody from what I know about Black Mammoth and everyone that's working here is they really care. They really value your opinion, and they want to make an impact in your life now and later. And I think that's what's so unique is if you think about retirement, you're putting money away, but what's happening now in your life? How do you set them up for success? And I think we can do that differently. I also think we have other opportunities that they can look at to build wealth and accumulate wealth over time. And I think that's really interesting for people moving forward, just with what's happening in the markets and everything. So I think that's important. I also think a team perspective for me is the future where this industry is going, and having the team we have here and then having our partner firms that will be able to help them in different capacities, I think will make a huge impact in their lives and in their families.
Love it. Well, cheers to that one.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
The preceding program was sponsored by Black Mammoth. Any awards, rankings, or recognition by unaffiliated third parties or publications are in no way indicative of the advisor's future performance or any individual client's investment success. No award, ranking, or recognition should be construed as a current or past endorsement of Black Mammoth. Information regarding specific awards, rankings, or recognitions is available on the Black Mammoth website, www.blackmammoth.com. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. Investment strategies such as asset allocation, diversification, or rebalancing do not assure or guarantee better performance and cannot eliminate the risk of investment losses. There are no guarantees that a portfolio employing these or any other strategy will outperform a portfolio that does not engage in such strategies. This broadcast should not be construed by any client or prospective client as a solicitation to affect or attempt to affect transactions and securities, or the rendering of personalized investment advice due to various factors, including changing market conditions. The information discussed in this broadcast may no longer be reflective of current positions or recommendations. While information presented is believed to be factual and up-to-date, Black Mammoth do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. The tax and estate planning information discussed is general in nature and is provided for informational purposes only, and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Listeners should consult an attorney or tax professional regarding their specific legal or tax situation. Past performance is not indicative of future results.